got about 10 compliments.
Wow.
There's a lady I hugged. She called me 1 week later. She told me, Ken, you know what? I still feel your fragrance. To date, it remains one of my favorites. And for those people watching this fragrance has really been duped. There are a lot of copies when it comes to this fragrance.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, you really have to be very careful. Otherwise, you find yourself buying something that looks very similar, but it's not. But this is one that I wear it more often.
Make sure that you come to Ken. Make sure to come to Perfume Plus, and you know that you're getting an original.
So when you're stepping out,
all right,
compliment getter.
Compliment getter.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And it seems to be versatile.
It is very versatile.
Looking at how it looks in the bottle, it's not like a dark thing. It's like clean.
It's very clean. You can wear it anytime.
Yeah.
It's very accommodative. People around you would feel very okay with you. You know, it's not one that really hit the nose. It's very.
It's not a red tobacco type.
No, not a red.
Hey, it's not a red tobacco type.
So this
fresh orangey. That ambroxan in there,
exactly.
you know, that gives it kind of like that heft that you can wear at night. But the freshness of it, the sweetness of it, the orange vibe of it lets you know that you can wear that in the daytime. So come in. This is probably going to be one that A Pass is probably going to.
He's waiting for.
Well, he's waiting for someone to. He's waiting.
I know I can buy it, but I just want someone else to buy it for me.
Oh my goodness.
This girl should watch the video.
Oh boy!
Right.
So if you know who you are, he's waiting for you. Okay.
And that brings us to my number one.
Number one.
The Bleu de Chanel. EDP by Chanel.
Another EDP, well, EDP over EDT all day, probably. I'm sure.
By Chanel.
Why is this number one?
This is number one because this is a fragrance. I love wearing suits. I love going out.
Okay.
I love dinner moments. I love cup of tea. This man speaks for me. It's a very fresh scent. It is a very intimate scent. It's almost like a one diameter kind of scent.
Okay.
So when you want something that is very fresh, clean, fresh from the shower, you know, that kind of vibe where you feel like I'm just fresh from the shower, you're stepping inside an AC,
yes,
and you're stepping out, and you don't want that around you.
Just zesty, fresh, clean, sweet.
Mention the words. This is the fragrance to go.
Okay.
I can't find any of this that can.
They can match to that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one kind of scent that you wear, and you don't feel it, but someone is going to remind you.
Would you say also that that's something that you don't have to think a lot of? Could that be a blind reach, a dumb reach?
Yeah, this is quite a blind reach. But the difference between this and the others, I would say this, it needs a very clean, like special moment.
Okay.
Yeah, this, you don't just waste your money. You need a special moment to wear this fragrance.
And that one is also pricey. Like I said,
it's very
niche
pricey.
Kinda.
It's
quality.
Niche quality.
Yeah,
niche quality and even the price.
Yeah, actually,
like
it even gives a run to those fragrances.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because some are cheaper than it.
Yes.
To be honest.
Yeah. It's really give some of them a run for their money.
Okay. So
I would actually rate it to, I don't see, but you have it, the Perfumes de Mali Layton exclusive.
Yeah, but Sam, I also have here the
you
color.
have the color, so you understand. Yeah. So it's almost it's very nice. It's very accommodative. Ladies love it. You get compliments, but surprisingly, sometimes it has a habit of running out of your body. You don't feel it, then 1 minute later, someone is really giving you a compliment.
Indeed,
it's very adaptive to the environment.
Indeed,
high heat. It's cold.
It's still, you may not smell it, but it's still around.
It's
you.
really around.
Still around.
Shockingly, one time I wore this, it's coming around 2. I don't feel it anywhere. Around 6 when I'm driving home. I'm like, wow. So I was smelling this good. Understand? So it's very adaptive, and it adapts to the environment, the heat. This is the fragrance to go. I wear it when I'm going for a date.
No, you on these last two. I don't want to change the subject. On these last two, you're really convincing me to probably give them more of a chance. I'd give this one more of a chance over over I have a past with this one. I won't make it too personal, but the way that you're describing these two,
the reason why this still comes up, because the problem with, and I see it is very overhyped.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows
that.
But being overhyped doesn't take away the fact that it's a good fragrance.
Doesn't take away the quality.
The quality is good.
Top notch.
Top notch.
And they can easily be. Yeah. Both of them can be blind reaches. They could be signature scents for a lot of people.
It's just the difference is I find it. This is more synthetic. I find it in a synthetic line so much.
Indeed.
Yeah. As opposed to the Blue Chanel that has a little bit of it tends to go to the niche side. Like it cuts across. It's a quasi between niche and the designer. So this is more safe, more inclined to the niche side. And I think that is why A Pass would tell you he would easily reach for this.
Indeed.
If it was
niche quality,
Yes. It has a niche kind of vibe to it. That's why I said that, like it's in that kind of line. And I bought it before. Yeah, I bought it before, and I feel like it's a nice scent. And it stood the test of time. Okay. This fragrance has been here for ages.
It's been around for a while. It is.
But just imagine if it still works up to now. There's something about it.
There's something about it.
Yeah.
More than 50 years in the market.
That makes me ask you this about because A Pass just mentioned a really important detail, something I wanted to ask you here. Do you find that people come to you, or people are looking for that new shiny thing, the new name or whatever, or are people? Do you find more people reaching towards those fragrances that stand the test of time, like A Pass just said?
Yeah, you'd really, with the fragrance world in Uganda, I would say most people tend to go towards the designer fragrances, because some of them they're either inheritance, or maybe they want to associate themselves with the past. Somebody will come and say, "Hey, my dad used to use this. Do you still have this?" So most of the tests they have acquired tests. Like it's a lineage that is running, but it's very few people who've really taken their time to really go deep like A Pass has done and find out more about fragrances. Yeah, most people come and most people are very rigid. From what I know now, most people are very rigid with their collection. Somebody would come and tell you, "I want Creed Aventus."
And that's all that they're thinking.
You cannot change their mind. You know that there are better things. And talking of Creed Aventus, by the way, it didn't make it to my list because...
Didn't make it to the top 5. Top 10 maybe, but not...
Okay. I chose to go with the Club de Nuit Intense.
Club de Nuit Intense, man. Right.
Yes, Club de Nuit Intense, man. Reason why this is 100%. It's a clone of Aventus Creed. And the problem that we have with Aventus Creed, and for the viewers watching, is Aventus Creed has been there for more than 100 years. And the perfume has been reformulated. And so if you expect that you bought Aventus Creed in early 2000, and you'd expect to get the same Aventus in 2020.
Well, why wouldn't we? We always want that. We expect to get the same perfume. We don't expect it to change. But
so that is why I mentioned the process of reformulation. So reformulation happens especially when these companies that makes fragrances, sometimes they run out of the notes. You understand? Some notes become extinct. So they can't pick the same notes they picked 50, 40 years ago. So they have to chemically make it from what? From the laboratory. So they make it an acquired scent. You understand? So you may not get the original scent. And most people don't understand this. And that is why sometimes I tell people, when you're buying these fragrances, you need to really do some little research. If a perfume has been reformulated more than 3 times, then you most likely not to get the acquired scent. But this Club de Nuit Intense, the reason why I chose it because of 2 reasons. One, performance is quite good.
Yeah, the performance on this one is, would you call it, this is beast mode. This is beast mode. Yes, it is.
2, it is very accommodative. It's cheap. So if I was to choose between Creed Aventus and this, and I'm running on a budget, I would go with this because the scent is the same.
Okay.
Absolutely. Even us, the people who know fragrances,
indeed,
it will take us more than 5 minutes to really come close to you, to differentiate between an original Creed and Club de Nuit Intense. So this is an exact replica of Creed.
So this is an exact replica. Did you say that there's anything that might be a little off from Creed?
Yeah, there's a little bit off because it's very harsh on it.
It's very harsh. It's extremely smoky. That's been my experience with this thing.
Yes.
It's very harsh on the opening.
Yeah, but as opposed to Creed, which is very clean. You understand? So in terms of even Creed, we do about 6 to 8 hours. But this would give you about 12 to 16 hours.
Yeah, easily.
You understand? So
easily.
I don't expect myself to spend almost $500 on Creed Aventus. Yet I can spend about $60, $70 on this.
On one that's, and the quality's really good.
Yeah.
Guys, as we start to wind down a little bit, like this end on this note, this question goes to both of you guys. Since you guys we have two people here that are extremely knowledgeable about fragrances. If there is a young man out there, a young person out there who is just starting their fragrance journey, how would you steer them? What kind of notes in a fragrance, or what particular kind of fragrance would you help to steer someone who is just getting into fragrances?
If someone is getting into fragrance, from my understanding, I would push them to get a Cedrat Boisé from Mancera.
Okay.
Because it's clean, it can work anytime. And it's a happy scent, it's a nice scent. It's just like Club de Nuit, you know? Like that would be a good start. Like if you started on fragrance like that. On my side of the niche side, I think I would steer them to that kind of like clean thing.
Okay.
Like if you're getting into niche, you're new into that, I think if you went to Nichane or you went to a Mancera, I think Mancera is more affordable in terms of niche, you know, and it has variety. Okay. It has so many fragrances. It has more than 20 different fragrances. Which
you said which Nichane and which Mancera?
Nichane, it would still be this one.
Yes.
Because if I like it this much, you need to like it. You need to like it.
Extremely versatile.
But it's really versatile.
Yes.
And the other one that is really versatile is also Cedrat Boisé.
Yes.
It's really, really clean, really nice, can work for any time. So you don't need something that's complicated, where you can only use it this time, I can't use it at this time. Or you'd use it at a wrong time and then people just feel offended. You need something that is inoffensive and just can work. So for me, I would go for the Mancera, which is Cedrat Boisé. It's just on point. It has that Creed vibe as well, just like people say. But it goes a different direction, from my understanding, because I have Creed, I have Cedrat Boisé, I also have the Hazivat. So I know how all these smell like.
Okay.
You know, Nichane has its Nichane kind of scent with it. So for me, that one is the one. Cedrat Boisé would work very, very nice. If you're very sophisticated, I think you'd go and maybe you're not the kind of person who like moves out daytime or ever, you like the night thing, and that's when you use fragrance. You probably never use fragrance at office or ever. Go for a fragrance called Instant Crush. It's also from Mancera.
That's also Mancera.
Mancera. It's Instant Crush. It's just nice. It's like Baccarat Rouge.
Okay.
But it goes a different direction.
And even the performance is very good.
Yeah, the performance is superb. Just like
Ken
said.
is very good.
How far it goes, I also didn't like it in the start, but I fell in love with it, and all my friends have it. All my close friends buy it. Wow. That's how bad it is. Like, that's how good. When I say bad, I mean the good.
Sure, of course.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's how good it is that they fall for it, and it works for men, it works for women. And that's the thing. Even when you're talking about Cedrat Boisé, it works for men, it works for women. It does not discriminate. So all those particular ones I've told you, they work for both.
Okay.
That does not apply with this. May apply with this, but no. These guys.
These are very intentional fragrances. Very intentional.
You can't wear them
Yes.
as a lady. They would not really make sense.
Yes.
But some fragrances have that thing where you could both wear them.
Indeed.
So those are the two I would choose. More inclined to the women would be like the Instant Crush.
Sure.
And this one, more inclined to the men, would be Cedrat Boisé, but both can work for both because they're unisex.
Okay.
That's the beauty about them. So those are the ones I would say. like for someone getting into niche, you don't want to spend too much money because most of these are really expensive compared to other niche fragrances. And looking at the startup, you're starting, you're getting in, go for Mancera.
Okay.
There are many Mancera that you can get, but those two are the ones.
All right. So we've got, say them again, Mancera.
You have Cedrat Posé from Mancera, then you have Instant Crush from Mancera.
Okay.
Yes.
So on the niche side, young man or young person,
Yes.
just getting their start. You've got those two on the niche side. So, Mr. Ken, what about you? Someone that's just starting out in cologne, collecting fragrances. How would you suggest that they start on the designer side?
So on the designer, I tell people I'm very intentional, but I want to share a secret. So for someone who really wants to start on the designer fragrances, I advise you to go for, number one, you need to have a fresh and clean scent. I choose Prada logo.
Ah, okay, Prada L'Homme, sure.
Yes. You need to own a fresh and clean scent.
Okay.
My favorite in the designer is Prada L'Homme.
Okay.
You need to get a compliment getter. That's the Dio Sauvage.
Okay, mass appealer, something that you are sure to get compliments on,
Yes.
right?
Then you need to have a clubbing fragrance. I either choose the Imperial Stronger With You Intensely, or I go with Versace Eras.
Okay.
These are very good fragrances for the club. You need to have a winter or a cold time fragrance, especially when it's very cold. Go with a Spice Bomb.
Spice Bomb. Spice Bomb
And
Extreme.
what do you have to
yes.
say about this?
That one is nice. I remember going with that one to Fort Porto.
Yes.
And Fort Porto is really cold.
Yes.
Really, really cold. Our village is close to the mountain,
Okay.
Rwenzori. So we're just below the mountain.
Wow.
So sometimes you see the sun, sometimes it disappears. The clouds are just above the whole mountain they cover. Very
wow.
big piece of them. So you cannot even see what is really happening.
Where? Okay, so we're talking about a different part of Uganda. Where is Fort Porto? Just for
Fort Porto is in the west.
It's in the west.
Yes,
okay.
in the
All
west, and it's a beautiful place. It's very cold.
Mhm.
So that one, some of the warm fragrances just work because it's a cold place.
Yes.
You know, it has its warm moments, but majority of the times
Okay.
it's cold.
Mm.
So if you're in an area like that, like Stronger With You, like Spice Bomb
Extreme.
Spice Bomb Extreme,
Yeah.
it just
Pulls-
works.
Just pulls people. in.
Just works exactly
Just
because
works.
it's spicy
Nice,
and
right.
thing, you know.
Yes.
So it just works at night.
Okay.
At night, day, because those people, that side is really cold.
Hey. Okay.
So next you go for a versatile perfume. And in terms of versatility, I mean this one fragrance that you need to wear anytime. This is one of the best you'd wear anytime.
Modern masterpiece.
Modern masterpiece, Acqua di Gio Profumo. And lastly, you need to be a very fresh and clean person in terms of the environment when you're stepping out. Something that is very accommodative can be a date fragrance. So I'll just do a recap.
Okay.
Number one, fresh and clean. Versatile. Compliment getter. Office. Club.
Okay, so wow, you
went
guys have some homework to do. You people that are on your fragrance journey, you've heard what he said. He said these are the particular reasons for why you need these fragrances to cover all these different
Yes.
events and
So
times.
depending on what your lifestyle is,
Hey,
Choose.
you make a choice.
yes.
Okay. All right. Wow. So I think we've covered a wide range of so many things. I want to
Yes.
thank you guys again for having me. A Pass, thank you for having us here.
Pleasure.
Mr. Ken, thank you for having us here as well. And guys, thank you for bringing your collection out to us. And everyone here, you guys have got some homework to do. Those of you that are starting your perfume journey. So once again, I'm Lamar, your casual perfume consumer, and here. Make sure that, one other thing, how can we find out what you guys are doing, your upcoming projects or your upcoming things going on? How can people find you?
Yes, this is Ken Perfume Plus. You can find me at Arena Mall Unit 19 or Market Plaza Shop B40. So I sell these products as well. So when you need of any of this, you can always just call and find out.
Okay, and for Epas, so how can people keep up with the next thing that you're doing? So many things these days. I know it's really hard to find some time to catch up with you. But how can people keep up with the latest thing that you're doing? Whether it's perfume or whether it's music or your next album, or how can people find out what you're doing next?
People can find me like on Instagram at Aroma A Pass. And the same thing on Facebook, same thing on TikTok.
Okay.
I don't TikTok too much, but I put once in a while I put something out there. But the thing is that keep up with me, just like you keep up with the Kardashians. I've already given you my handles
on all media platforms.
But on Snapchat it's A Pass Killer.
Okay.
Snapchat is A Pass Killer, and Snapchat is where I usually like talk about fragrances most of the times. Yes. Instagram I do like in stories as well, but Snapchat sometimes I really like go in depth and talk about this, talk about that. You know, it's very personal. So Snapchat is very personal. So when you go to A Pass Killer on Snapchat, there's a lot that you can see during my daytime. How do I spend my time? How am I doing my thing? So it makes a lot of sense if you find me there. And I'm never hiding. Yeah, you can always find me.
All right, there we have it.
But if you don't find me, you can find me.
All right, well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time.
Thank you.